How long do you guys keep going down that same path before you either quit or change direction? I tell you, this video is going to be all about my sound quality. Who knows, maybe it still sucks, but this time I've actually invested in some name brand microphones. So we've always had a problem with sound. I've always just mentioned that's why we don't do motor vlogs, because I could never figure out how to do a good recording with a GoPro that made it sound legitimate. Like, it's not too much wind, you could actually hear my voice, it's not spiking. So we just rarely ever did the motor vlogs because I felt like they weren't good enough. But you know, we've also had problems in the garage. I tended to just do the videos just with my phone, right? I've never actually done it with a GoPro. And it's doing this today is I'm struggling. I'm struggling trying to do something different. But that's part of growth, right? Trying to move on, do something new. And we're definitely trying it today. So the history then of our microphone use is we started with these. I had a receiver like this, and you had a pack like this. So it's still wired. You just would put this like on your belt, and then you had the wires would run under your shirt up to your collar. And then we had two of them so that you could do, you know, two people could do a conversation at once, which was really handy and nice. But as you can see, the only way to do this was with the 3.5 jack. Well, and then if you come over here to the junk drawer, we always did recording with our phone. As you can see, now it's become more of a toy, but that's how we connected it. And then you go to a new phone, well, that's all you get. The only choice. So from here to here, we went wireless. And that's when a whole new ball of worms kind of fell into play, because when we jumped to wireless, we jumped to this guy, which was pretty good at first, right? It's got two microphones, got a receiver that plugs just right into your phone. You plug that in, they connect automatically. But the problem there was latency. I always struggled then when I was in post-production making my videos. My voice was never the same as my mouth, and hated that. So we ditched those, but we still went cheap. I think these were $12. These, our first attempt, I thought I was pretty proud of myself. These were 35 bucks. These, like I said, I think like $12. And then we went to something like that. And that's what we've been using lately. These were about 17 bucks. And I think they were probably one of the worst that we've ever had. They had interference with the fridge. Every time the fridge would turn on, you would hear a woo, woo, woo. Every time you start up a motorcycle, the noise cancellation in the mics themselves would then cancel out the noise of the motorcycle and or woo, woo, woo. It just really sucked. So today, you know, we're hanging up these banners that I think are looking pretty good. And we're trying out the new DJI microphone. So I've got that plugged into the back of the GoPro. The receiver, I've got one of these. It came with two, so if Chase is ever out here, he can also be mic'd up. If we ever do interviews again, that would be pretty cool to be able to have a conversation with two people. And my question to you today is, how long do you stay on the path that you know? This is still gonna be hard for me to switch from recording with my phone to a GoPro. And the GoPro is gonna be kind of nice, because like if we're looking at Chase's bike, we can get up here nice and close. I got this little stand that it's on so I can rest it. And then I can be down here, I can be talking to you guys about whatever it is that we're seeing here. I'll show you what I used to use for my phone to do that. We had these little clips when we built the garage. Look at these guys. That's, well, we bent the tabs back so it would sit flat. But these are meant for separation between your roof sheeting. We just had a whole bunch of them left and a phone fit nice and perfect in there. So that's what we started using for our stand. See, let me demonstrate. Can sit like that, or if we're doing shorts, wasn't as good, but you gotta get it. There you go. So this is gonna be new for me, right? We also have the old standy tripod, and my favorite tripod that we use was this one, because that guy, as you can see, my current phone, it's got a flat edge, and she just that happened a lot. Just ask me. The wind blows that thing over all the time. But look, it's set in there nice and flat for the most part. So again, the question for you guys, when do you make a change? Today's my day. I'm changing. Hopefully we stick with the change. And hopefully you guys like the new process moving forward. The mic sounds good. The pictures are just gonna be a little bit different. Like from here to way over there. Maybe the view's way too big. I'm not sure. You know, changing from me to there is kind of a little bit easier when you've got kind of this little handle that I'm holding the camera on, versus on the phone you would just click front camera, back camera. There'd always be a bit of pause and then it would switch. Now hopefully when I'm editing, if I just stop talking, turn the camera, those transitions will be better. Anyway, this is kind of a fun little video just to throw out there. Hopefully you guys are liking the shop. There's our new shop blaster. There's a new, to me, bandsaw, which over on the counter here, we've got a new blade for, which should be going in today, so we can start making that. You've got our template made up. I think that's gonna look really nice. So, let me set you guys down on the seat of Chase's bike and we'll do our sign off. Hands free. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments what you guys use. DJI, was that a good choice? We're gonna find out when we go edit this thing. All right, so I'm just recording now just with my phone, and here's my setup, right? It's got the nice little stand, GoPro Hero 10, that was a gift, and a light bar, I guess. And then it's got the DJI stuff connected to the side. It's just tipped over. But I learned something that you can hear the pop machine, like right now, the pop machine's condensing, right? And so in a moment it'll probably kick off. That's okay. It's not giving us the woo 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 noises, but you can still hear it. So it's still pretty sensitive. So I'm hoping that when we fire up one of these motorcycles, you guys get the full effect of what they really sound like, because some of these bikes sound amazing, like Chase's bike. And I need to hold the camera up. You know, I don't think walking around doing shots like this are going to be that beneficial. So I need to learn where to look if I'm going to start using this GoPro a lot. Otherwise, I think, yeah, not bad. It must be much better quality video, because to render, because I made the video you guys just watched. I made that, and then I rendered it, and then I watched it back, and it took just doing the regular stuff I normally do in post, probably 3 times as long to render the video. So hopefully we're going to get better quality also. Not that the phones aren't bad. I mean, we've been doing phones for years, but hopefully it'll be better. So, all right, guys, let me know what you think of this video, and we'll see you guys next time. New stuff is fun, but it's hard to break a habit.